coffee has been valued since the beginning for its stimulant effect, but it is so much more than that. What we've seen in the past 10 years and we're seeing right now is the rediscovery of coffee as a culinary experience. The real true coffee houses have rediscovered that sense of specialness.
Coffee uniformly comes, it seems, from truly beautiful places.
Once we start to look, we peel back the curtain, we see that there are a lot of people behind the coffee who depend on its production for their livelihoods. The farmers trust us to really deliver on the promise of that coffee.
I'm Kat Iniba and welcome back to Halo Halo. You've just seen a clip of Caffeinated by Vishal Solanki and Hanh Nguyen. Here they are now to tell us a little bit more of their film, Caffeinated. I have a question. Was there a message that you wanted to send or share through your film?
Initially, the message was different, and by the time we finished the movie, the message had changed. And right now, the message is we just want people to get more conscious about the coffee they're consuming and raise some questions rather than really answer them as to where it comes from, who's grown it, and is it sustainable the way it's grown and consumed, and how can the everyday consumer play a pivotal role in the cycle, you know, to make it more sustainable for a longer term.
What would you say? I mean, how can I be more aware? What should I do?
I think the first thing is to know what the source is, and for anything that this is important, be it a chair or any clothes we wear, you know, just to know that where it starts and what is its journey, how does it get there, and wherever you don't identify with some of the practices which have taken place, they could be unethical for some reason, and that's where you start making your own choices. I think that's the best point. You just to know where the source is, and then follow it from the source. Okay, from where you did this, where did it go next? What did these guys add to the product? You know, and once you understand that, you'll understand like why the product costs that much, why you are paying for it. And if you had to pay more or less, how would it impact society in general?
Now, take me back. How did you two meet and start the film?
Well, we met on Craigslist.
You did? Was it an ad to do a film, or?
No, at the time I found a post where Vishal was looking for a behind-the-scene videographer, and that's before that's generally what I do. So I filmed and edited a music video that he did.
Okay.
And then we worked on another feature film together, and then at that point, I was a barista for about 2 months. Then.
So that's where your questions came up about coffee.
Yeah, well, I was a barista for research purposes.
Okay.
I'm not very good at it.
No, please. Now, this is actually your directorial debut, right, for Caffeinated?
Both of us.
Oh, for both of you.
Feature,
Talk about that, the challenges that you guys had. Or were there any?
Yeah, no. I mean, it's
especially for a self-funded film.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, of course, like for most directors, money is always for documentary directors at least. Self-funded docs go through a rigorous, painful process when it comes to funding.
Right.
So it was always you know, stop and watch, and then move along, then tread along slowly, and then again stop, then get some more money.
Right.
So money was always a part of the obstacle list we had, but the other thing was just the expanse of the film. You know, it's not a film you are following one person in your neighborhood
Right.
And over 4 years you have a relationship with them. We had more than 165 interviews, and on
And
so many countries
too.
and traveling, and coffee grows very high. So it's not only you're going to a city for an interview, then you have to go to a village or to a farm, and then go 3,000 to 5,000 feet high.
Yeah, all those like vantage point that you see in the film. We have to climb up there.
Wow. So what kept you going? What was it that said, I have to continue to tell this story?
Coffee itself, you know, because I think midway into the film, it became more of a social responsibility than we had anticipated in the beginning of the movie, because like it was somebody's livelihood, which in a way we had in our hands to really get the message across. And there were a lot of hopes and anticipations. So I would say the last 2 years of the movie, it had a major, like, you can't just edit it quickly and let it out.
Right.
You are playing a role for an entire industry, and in a way representing them in whatever way, bad or good, whatever. But at least we had to try our best in putting it together. So the editing process was, we had
all that footage, all those interviews.
Generally we need 2 of us to carry all the drives together, and just hours and hours of editing and figuring out how we want to, because what was difficult also is you have so many faces, you can't just cut to 160 interviews in 80 minutes.
How do you even decide? How do you choose? What's the story that you want to tell? But it definitely made me think. It's like not just with coffee, but with everything, the shoes or the clothes that we wear. The story behind that. And that's what I liked about your film, Caffeinated. It is available on demand, right? On Google Play, Amazon, iTunes. Where do we go for more information?
Our official website is caffeinated.vhx.tv. And it's also releasing in the theaters in Los Angeles on August 3rd. We have 4 screenings coming up at Laemmle Theaters. So all those are listed on the website.
Yes, thank you so much. So all we have to do is go on the website to be able to watch the film. Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Again, for more information on their documentary, Caffeinated, make sure to head to the website on the screen. And you can also catch the screenings, which is happening in Los Angeles. All the information is on their website. Time for a quick break, but don't go anywhere because Cindy J. Lee talks ATK, all when we return.